Mabuhay everyone! We are Group 2 and Visayas was the place assigned to us. And here are the wonderful folk dances that they have. Let's begin!
Itik Itik. This mimetic folk dance is said to have originated from the province of Surigao in Philippines. Apparently, this dance form is said to have been popular in towns such as Carrascal, Cantilian, Lanuza, and Carmen. Furthermore, there are few alternative versions of this dance form found in places within the country, such as Visayas, Samar, Cebu, and the Cabiao, but Itik-Itik Surigao non remains the most popular. Itik-Itik dance is composed of pair dancers, one male dancer and one female dancer. The male dancer must wear barong Tagalog or camisa de chino and white trousers, while the female dancer must wear balintawak style or patagyon. Itik-Itik is a Philippine folk dance form created by imitating the movements of a duck, such as wading, flying, and short steps and splashing water on their backs like the ducks do.
Escotes is popular in Capiz and is performed in social gathering of the people inhabiting the mountains of Capiz, in the barrios of Tinpas and Panitan, and also in the town of Panay. It is derived from the foreign Scottiche or Scottish.
La Verde, literally green. La Verde also refers to a non-stop successions. It is a courtship dance from a mountain settlement in Talamban, Cebu. In a series of quick step and quick changes, the dance celebrates what is lush and full of life. The dancer is performed by an interesting cast of two girls and a boy, instead of the usual pairs of dancers.
Sortido Cebuano. It is a square dance said to have originated in Bantayan, Cebu. It is a cobbling together of Spanish, Mexican, and French influences along with indigenous elements. Sortido is performed by several pairs of dancers, with the head pair called cabeceras and side pairs costados, guiding the other dancers in varied quadrille formations. It used to be a dance of long duration performed by a big group to the tune of beautiful Visayan folk airs. The modern arrangement is livelier and more suitable for dancing by small groups.
Gapnad is a worship dance popular among the people of Negros Oriental. It is a reenactment of the discovery by a fisherman of the image of Saint Anthony of Padua, the patron saint of the town of Sibulan, Negros Oriental. The dance is one of rejoicing and merrymaking that ends in a fluvial procession along the coast.
Maramyon is a courtship dance that is popular in the island of Cebu and Bohol. It is a pantomime of a courtship story. Maramyon means fragrant or beautiful. Females are dressed in Visayan folk costume in patagyong, while men are dressed in barong Tagalog with white trousers.
Macongo is a comic dance from Santa Maria, Bulacan. Macongo is derived from the Tagalog word chongo or unggoy, which means monkey. In this dance, the dancer or the solo performer imitates a monkey, its characteristic movements, gestures, grimaces, and etc. when it is happy, playful, or in an angry mood. While it is playing, eating, or resting, only one man performs this dance. Most of his movements are his own improvisations.
Mananggwete is a Visayan occupational dance in Tulambugan, Lanao. It depicts in pantomime all the stages of tuba gathering, such as sharpening the scythe, cleaning the bamboo containers, climbing coconut trees, getting tuba, pounding, squeezing, and straining the sap of the mangrove bark, mixing and then tasting the finished product.
Sinulog. Sinulog is derived from a Cebuano word meaning carried along by the current. Is believed to have originated from a ritual dance for a pagan deity who was fished out from the sea. It was later Hispanized and transformed into a dance of worship for the Santo Niño. There are many types of sinulog dances. The simplest, least acculturated, and perhaps the purest form of a ritual is what has been called the Tindera Sinulog, performed on the patio of Santo Niño Basilica. It is danced by a woman candle peddlers on behalf of devotees who buy candles from them as an offering for petitions or thanksgiving. Performed to a silent, resilient beat, the dancer performs this supplicatory dance with no formal costume or audience. There are three distinct phases in this ritual dance. There is first an introductory rite wherein the dancer takes an erect stance and raises the offering of candles toward the image of Santo Niño. The dancer then recites a prayer. As soon as the prayer is uttered, the dancer performs the gently bouncing sinulog movement. The bouncing movement is restrained and almost piteous, originating from the torso and seeming to flow to the limbs in gentle, wave-like motions. The dancers are dressed in red and brightly colored ball gowns. They also have Santo Niño, drums, and other props. Their heads are likewise covered in a headdress. The sinulog dance moves are basically 2 steps forward and 1 step backward, as the dancer sways to a distinct rhythm of drums. This movement resembles the current or sulog of what was known as Cebu's Pahina River.
Mananagat is occupational dance which originated from Bogo, Cebu. This dance imitates the work of a fisherman and his companions. Maria Nais, a native of Bogo, taught the dance to her friends in Flihan, a barrio of Abogon near Bogo. Performers are composed of girls wearing kimono sleeveless blouse and boys wearing cotton shirt and colored pants.
Tiklos. The tiklos is a native peasant dance of Leyte. Tiklos is also called pintakasi, is the Waray equivalent to the word bayanihan. Groups of people work for somebody without hoping for anything in return. They work odd jobs like clearing forests, digging for wells, moving a nipahat into a new location, or even building a house. In all these, for free. Of course, grateful benefactors would offer drinks and foods. But it is not always expected. The peasants cooperate for the social and economic progress of their community. Early in the morning, the leader of the tiklos beats the tambora, a kind of drum made from a hollow trunk of tree with a carabao hide head. Next is the sound of the subing, a bamboo flute, and a guimbal, small snare drum with a head of parchment made from a skin of a wild cat.
Tinikling. The tinikling dance is one of the most popular and well-known of traditional Philippine dances. The tinikling is a pre-Spanish dance from the Philippines that involves 2 people beating, tapping, and sliding bamboo poles on the ground and against each other in coordination with 1 or more dancers who step over and in between the poles in a dance. The name is a reference to birds locally known as tikling, which can be any of a number of frail species. The term tinikling literally means tickling like. The dance originated in Leyte, the Visayan Islands in the central Philippines as an imitation of the tickling bird dodging bamboo strap set by rice farmers. The dance imitates the movement of the tickling birds as they walk between grass stems, run over tree branches, or dodge bamboo traps set by rice farmers. Dancers imitate the tickling bird's legendary grace and speed by skillfully maneuvering between large bamboo poles. Legend says that tinikling originated during the time when the Spaniards took over the Philippines. Natives worked on large plantations under the control of the King of Spain. Those who didn't work productively were punished by standing between the two bamboo poles. For this traditional folk dance, females wear a dress called balintawak or patadyong, and males wear a uniform called barong Tagalog. The balintawak are colorful dresses with wide arched sleeves, and the patadyong are a pineapple fiber blouse paired with checkered skirts. The barong Tagalog uniform is usually light-weighted long-sleeve shirts and worn with red trousers. Dancers wear no footwear while performing. Tinikling involves 5 steps. During the first 4 steps, the dancers dance opposite each other, and during the last step, they start from the same side of the poles. The bamboo is also used as a percussive instrument, as it is banged against the ground or a piece of wood to make it easier to hold and each other in a pattern. The bamboo has to be closed hard enough to make a sound, and the dancers must be quick enough not to get their foot or feet caught. As the dance continues, the banging of the bamboo becomes faster and harder. The sound of the clashing bamboo and the quickness of feet demonstrated by the dancers thrilling and awing the crowd.
Mazurka Boholana is a Spanish-inspired ballroom dance from the Bohol province of the Philippines. The country was under the rule of Spain for more than 300 years, during which time local culture was markedly influenced. Although the mazurka is the Polish national dance, it was widely popular throughout Europe in the 19th century and even in colonized lands overseas. The Philippine dance is ordinarily performed by men and women partners. Mazurka, Polish folk dance for a circle of couples, characterized by stamping feet and clicking heels, and traditionally danced to the music of bagpipes. The music is in 3/4 time with a forceful accent on the second beat. The dance, highly improvisatory, has no set figures, and more than 50 different steps exist.
Is believed to be a Mexican import which supposedly comes from the La Cucaracha dance, typical to Monterrey region of Mexico. The curatsa is, however, very different in the manner of execution than the Mexican counterpart. The curatsa is highly favored by the Visayan people, especially the Waray people of the eastern Visayas region in the Philippines. The curatsa must be done in a menudo way, that is, only one couple dances it at a time. Even the basic curatsa music is not based on Mexican or even Spanish melodies, but just a bolero-inspired lilting music. Here is the costume that male and female wears when they dance. Philippine dance researchers, however, point either to the Kigal and the Bicol as the ascendants of the curatsa. The Kigal is spelled Q-I-G-L. In early Spanish writings on summer culture and lifeways, is a sort of battle of sexes couples dance that imitates mating birds. The Kigal is in fact called by another name Binanug or Kiglun, according to a 17th century Samarnan dictionary by a Jesuit missionary to Samar, Father Alcazar. It is interesting that Banog is the Waray word for the hawk. An example of curatsa dance will be played now. Jota is a popular dance introduced in the Philippines by the Spaniards. Jota Bal is a lively festival dance in Kamuhagin, Gumaka, Quezon. It is derived from the words Jota and Valse, which means waltz, a step, or dance in 3/4 times. The male wears barong Tagalog and black trousers, and female wears Maria Clara's dress. Here is an example of a hotable dance. This particular dance came from the town of Haro in Leyte province, where planting the gawa is the predominant occupation of the barrio folks. It is a harvest that celebrates the bountiful harvest of the gaway. Gaway is a plant of the taro family that is grown both for the vegetables and its roots. The female dancers holds a nigo or bilao in Tagalog, laden as she dances. The music is fast as 3/8 melody. Here is the costume that male and female wears when they dance. This is a favorite dance of the mountain people in the barrios of Panitan and Loktugan in Capiz. This dance is named after a bird called Tolabong in Capiz. Here is the costume that male and female wears when they dance. The dance imitates the movement of the Tolabong bird, a long-necked and long-winged heron that rides on the top of a carabao while picking insects off its back. Here is an example of the Tolabong dance.
The Visayas folk dances. Thank you for listening and we hope that you learned something. Again, we are Group 2 representing Visayas, always at your service.